This is the time of the show where you call us. It's always that time, I'll be honest with you. I just say that sometimes to make it sound more important right now. But if you have something you want to say, a comment or a question, just hop in. 877-77-BOBBY. 877-77-BOBBY. That's our number. Give us a call. Let's go to the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
The question is, who usually wants the divorce in a marriage? The men or the women? Dun, 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 dun. I'm not looking at you, Amy. I'm not looking at Amy on purpose.
No.
I don't want
No
to
one's
feel the
looking
pressure
at
of
Amy.
answering because she'll feel like she needs to answer for her. So I'm going to answer.
It's circumstantial.
Absolutely.
But more.
Who do you think wants it more, the men or the women?
The women.
Okay, you've said enough.
No, I'm not.
I know. That's why I didn't want to go to you. I wasn't even going to
to
ask you because I know people would unfairly do that to you, like I just did.
Right, but I'm also not answering from my own personal experience. I'm answering based on what I think the article is going to say or the study.
Absolutely.
So
moving on here. More than 2/3 of all divorces are initiated by women. The most common is not infidelity. It is when a spouse does not feel this sense of connection. Marriage therapists say the best thing that a man can do is learn and listen to your spouse without getting defensive and try to understand their needs or understand that you need to meet their needs even if you don't understand them. That part's been tough for me, and I think I'm getting a little better when I don't understand why I don't need to fix something. Not in the house. I can't fix anything in the house. I'm an idiot. But like if something is bothering her and I'm like, I will fix it. I will go and I will burn it down. I will, whatever I need to do. I'll be nice. She's like, I don't need it fixed. Let's just, I just need comfort. And I'm like, no. If I can fix it, then comfort you.
yeah, that's the question. You can ask if she's venting something to you or whatever. You can say, okay, do you want comfort or solutions?
So I've gotten better at it. I'm still not good at it. I'm probably only barely pretty good at it because mostly it was just, oh, there's a problem. I'm about to fix this, mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not what, so I'm learning. But that's mostly what this article says, is that even if you don't understand their needs, understand that you should still try to be there, even if you don't understand them. So that's the deal. It's from The Secrets of Happily Married Men by Scott Haltzman. Plants can help you sleep. In your bedroom, try to have a couple plants near your bed. They're great for airflow. They add more oxygen to the room, which assists in relaxation and sleep. Sleep experts say to go as even far as smelling them before headed to bed.
Smell the plant?
I guess.
Just like
Big flower smeller myself. If I'm going to smell something that grows.
I wonder what that does for you.
Being close proximity with living plants quickly calms a busy brain, plus it soothes tension and anxiety. Putting a lot of pressure on the plant. About the third night in a row it doesn't do that, I'm kicking it over and throwing it in the backyard. Women's World Magazine has that. Now, for my sleep, this is not an ad. They're not a sponsor of the show, but I wear this Aura ring. Told you guys about this?
Yeah.
I'm not a jewelry guy at all, but it's weird to wear a second ring, but now I got it. So I have it, and I use it just for sleep because I struggle with sleep. And so, I'm really tired because I've been gone for like 5 or 6 days from ACM's to iHeart Country Festival. So I go to my Aura app, and I click it, and it will tell me each night how long I actually slept. Because sometimes you're like, how long did I sleep well? Was I in and out? And so my last night I did 5 hours and 33 minutes, which it gave me a 78.
It's not bad.
For him.
For you, yeah. That's
for
not
you,
normal.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm.
For me, that'd be bad.
My wife sometimes will get something like Sleep Champion because she's not like anxiety ridden asleep. She'll get like an award. And then my readiness today is an 80 because they also, when I work out, it can tell like my heart rate. And so depending on what I did and how I slept, it's pretty cool.
Your readiness for what?
The day.
His life?
Your overall readiness is good, but your resting heart rate was above average. If you feel tired, you can skip the gym and help your body recover. Not gonna do it.
No, never.
Yeah, you were just talking about your workout.
Eddie and I were off.
3 p.m.
So it's good for me to actually be able to see. It kind of holds me accountable for sleep.
Could you use Caitlin's awards as competition for yourself? Because you're so competitive. Could you tell your brain, like, oh, I got to sleep
but I'd be
better
so
than-
obsessed with competing that I wouldn't sleep.
Oh, good point.
Oh.
More
Good point.
Backfire.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it'd get me. All right, moving on. A Florida teacher, 50 years old, is arrested for child abuse after letting a 7th grade student take a hit of her vape pen because she was trying to fit in.
Oh, my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Stop.
That's not good.
Why would a 50-year-old feel like they needed to fit in with a 7th grader? Why would a 50-year-old, 50, why would a 50-year-old feel like they needed, that's wild to me. If you want to fit in with your peers and maybe you want a certain bag that they have, or, as they say, keep up with the Joneses, that I understand. Not always the healthiest, but that's human nature.
Maybe you want to connect with your students.
No, that's not connection, Eddie. That's fitting in.
What about they say
That's
in times
wild.
of like if something you're triggered by a memory or something from your childhood, you can actually go back to that age that you were when that happened. So maybe she's 50.
They didn't have vape pens back then.
No,
Well,
they sure
but
did.
it had to do with this. I don't know, something cigarette.
No way.
Maybe she just like.
Not excusing this for any way.
Crazy.
That's unbelievable.
Right.
The student who allegedly used the vape pen has not been named because he's 15. He told cops that Hale had confronted her. I guess it was a girl. I thought it was a dude.
I was picturing a woman the whole time.
No. I mean, the student.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I don't know. They say keep class. She hit the pen. That's what they call it, hit the pen.
Oh, is that what they say?
Yeah. But I wonder what was in the vape pen, though. Is vape, because it's not always weed.
It's all different kinds of
Yeah,
flavors.
it could be tobacco,
But-
like
Grape.
A lot of it's weed.
I've heard of those.
yeah.
No. It's,
Rumor has it.
Yeah.
Really?
But is it the weed is just in a pen? A vape? Never mind. I have no idea what I'm talking
We,
about.
dude, honestly, we have no
I
idea.
thought that vaping was something totally different than weed, but
You
it's
can hit
also
it. You can hit vape pen.
and it's so bad
Yeah.
for your.
You're saying hit now.
You can hit a vape
Your
pen.
lungs.
Yes, you can.
I know people that hit vape pens with weed.
Yeah.
I don't.
My
So like
mom
when
had
people are
one.
driving and you see that cloud of smoke come out of the window, like that's like a
A smoke. The big smoke's different.
dude.
That- that-
Hold
looks
on
like,
a second. Let's go to our resident who doesn't anymore, but a resident drug guy, Scoop Steve. Hey, Scoop Steve.
Yes.
Will you explain what we're talking about?
So I think what Eddie is just referring to about the big plume of smoke, that's usually people will do that with tobacco or like flavored tobaccos and stuff.
Got it.
If you see a big plume of smoke and that's marijuana, I've never seen that before, but that usually comes in a smaller cartridge, smaller hits, more concentrated, gets you higher quicker and faster.
Okay, well that
Thanks,
detail.
Scuba.
It's just, and how I know about it. And listen, a lot of artists friends
Yeah.
will hit the pen.
Yeah, it's more concealed, doesn't smell.
Yes.
Whereas like Jelly Roll comes and smell like it because he smokes on papers.
Right. And if you hit
Yeah.
the pen, you don't smell like it. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you,
Yep.
Scuba.
Hey, no
Oh,
problem.
boy, oh,
That's what I
boy.
heard.
Ray, what are you laughing at?
That's funny.
Thank you. Pickleball's replacing Bed Bath & Beyond at Old Navy store. Wait, the stores are now being replaced by pickleball courts, like Bed Bath & Beyond and Old Navy.
In there? Oh, that's legit.
Wow.
So if your mall has them, they're being replaced by pickleball courts in the mall.
That's so cool.
In our mall here, there's a pickleball court just in the middle of the
In the mall.
like
Yeah,
the middle
where you
of
walk.
it. Yeah, I can never get in the game though. Yeah, somebody's always hogging it.
Yeah, how do you have to sign up?
I don't see like a sheet of paper. I got next. You put a quarter down like on a pool table. But
It's like basketball at the park, dude. You know, you gotta work your way in there.
I don't think it is.
You
though.
just show up with your
Yeah, I don't-
paddle.
I don't think it is. Breast cancer screenings are now recommended at age 40. New guidance says women should begin screening for breast cancer at 40, 10 years lower than previously said. They say that because of different chemicals, foods, phone, all of these things that we still aren't fully aware of what they're doing to our bodies, and the higher rates of breast cancer among women in their 40s, that now it's at 40. That's from CNN. Hey, Ray, we'll talk about Bae for a second. She got breast cancer at how old?
31.
And obviously there's no how did you get it, but what were the factors? Was it genetic?
Yeah, genetic.
With her it was? Mm-hmm. So 40 years old is the new age that they recommend. They did lower the age too of dudes getting the finger in the butt.
Oh,
What's
really?
that at?
Whatever age you are now, so you need to go.
What?
Oh, no.
Go today and report back tomorrow. I think it's at 40 or 45 now too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Eddie, you better go.
44?
Oh, I think you're
I mean,
45.
I said 40 or 45.
So I'm right in the middle.
If you can go and you have access,
I've had it done.
I say be proactive.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I have
I
a
don't-
standing appointment every Wednesday.
I'm kind of being patient on all every Wednesday.
Yeah, good luck. I just want to stay on it. It's not even a doctor. It's a guy I know at IHOP who will hop out in between shifts.
Okay.
Eating 5 pieces of fruits and vegetables every day can be as beneficial to your physical fitness as taking 4,000 steps. So this my mind does. I go, okay, well, 5 pieces. If I eat 20, that's 20,000 steps. I ain't got to work out. Just more cauliflower. But according to a new study, there's strong data to support the connection that better diets may lead to higher fitness. And they did thousands and thousands of people over basically 20 years. And what we already knew, fruits and vegetables are good for you, especially if you don't mix it with like a can of Nutella.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whipped cream.
Catch them while you can. These 8 beloved fast food chains are slowly disappearing across America. 8, Taco Bueno. I was a big Taco Bueno guy.
Never
We
had it.
Oh, we had a couple in Arkansas. I didn't know how okay Taco Bueno was until I went to Austin and then had
Cabana.
Oh,
Taco
Taco
Cabana.
Cabana.
Oh,
Taco
so
C, as
good.
we used to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Crystal Burgers.
Never had them.
Here, I got them when
Oh,
I first
they're-
moved here.
Those are the little square ones, right?
Yeah, little slider type things. Burger I Am, which I don't know what that is. Steak and Shake. Boston Market. Boston Market's legit.
Oh,
and we would
legit.
always go to the one. We go to Boston. We go to Boston Market on purpose just to be funny because everybody in Boston's like, this is not us. You need to have real. We go to Boston Market and be like, we went to your local place. Pie 5, probably a pizza place. Number 2, Krispy Kreme.
Oh, yeah.
What?
The one right down the
That's
street, they tore down.
And number 1, Quiznos. Many brands are facing shrinking profit margins, and they're closing a bunch of stores. It's from Daily Mail. And then finally, do you feel like a zombie in the morning? If you do this. Eat breakfast right when you wake up. Experts say skipping breakfast is to blame for brain fog and that feeling of you being in a trance. A review of 134 breakfast studies, not people, 34 studies, found that your memory, problem-solving skills, and verbal skills all suffer when you miss breakfast and don't eat for hours after waking up. You don't have to eat a lot. It's just eat something that is like a can of Nutella. Not recommended, but eat something, and that's food that actually helps your brain snap out of feeling groggy. That is the news. Thank you.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
All right, you can call us, as I mentioned, 877-77-BOBBY. We got a couple other things. I've never heard of eating animal poop as a way to find the animals.
What?
And I hunted my whole life. I don't really much anymore because I can afford meat. So we hunted to actually eat as a kid. But I never heard. I did everything. I mean, deer pee.
Sure.
All those
Yeah.
things. I never heard of this eating poop thing. And it's disgusting. We'll talk about that coming up and more. We spent the weekend in Austin, Texas. Love it. Home. Shout out Austin. I mean, I love it. It's like when I go back to Austin, it's just like, it just feels like, I mean, I spent my entire young adult life there. And I know you guys grew up there.
Yeah.
So it just feels like, like,
Feels
like
good.
when I go back home to Arkansas, it's almost like this backpack of rocks is taken off of me. You're just like, like I feel that way about Austin too. We go, iHeart Country Festival, and the very first artist, we put a big headliner at the beginning of it, and it's Luke Bryan, and Luke comes out and shot out of a cannon, as always. I got to shout Luke out too, because there was a kid who his mom had called the show. It was his birthday. He's in a band called Kid Country. I'm wearing their sweatshirt now.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, I want to tell him he got tickets. She didn't ask for tickets. And so we told him that they got him tickets. And then I arranged for him to come backstage and just, meet me and say hi to you guys. But then I just took him with me all backstage, and I found Luke. And I was like, Luke, will you meet, whatever. His name is Luke too. LJ was his name, but like Luke Jr. And so Luke's awesome to everybody all the time. But man, he came out, My Kind of Night, the live song. Here you go. So that was fun. What a fun way to start it. Caitlin and I were sitting side stage. We wanted to watch Luke. Just such a good live performer. Go see him if he's doing a show. I tell you, when Sam Hunt jumped in the crowd, because he jumped. Good thing he's an athlete and still has knees that work, because he just flew off the stage. So he's got his mic, and Sam's doing his whole show and just launches into the crowd. And his security guy, Sam apparently does this a lot. Security guy's right on him, making sure that nobody was like grabbing Sam's private parts, or his nipples or stuff, or just like ripping his shirt. Because people, I might be honest with you, I might try that too. But so Sam is in the crowd, and he's doing house party, and the whole crowd's jumping up and down. Just such a cool show. So we're there. And I want to go to Morgan, because Morgan wants to spill the tea basically on something that happened. Was it over the weekend at iHeart Country Festival or at the show?
It was after the big show.
Okay, so you guys went out?
I didn't go out. I was going back to the hotel because I had an early flight, but Lunchbox guilt-tripped me into taking back all of his stuff. His backpack, everything was stuffed in there because he wanted to go out and party. And I had heels, like a nice dress on, and he's like, hey, take my bag back to the hotel. I'm going to go out.
But if he just asked you politely and nicely?
No, he did at first, and I was like, hey, I have a really heavy bag to carry. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. And then he was like, well, I'm not going to post on social media and stuff if you don't take my bag.
Like a threat?
Like he's not going to do his job
Yes,
if you
he
don't do
guilt-tripped
something
me.
personal for him?
And I was like, well, I need him to post content. I need him to post on social media. So I guess I'll take his bag.
So because that affects your job.
Yes.
So he was making you do something personal for him, or he's going to hurt you at your job.
Yes. He was guilt-tripping me.
Your thoughts, Lunchbox?
My thought is, she has a ride back to the hotel, so she has to walk 10 feet to get in a vehicle.
No, it's a long walk to get to anywhere where cars were.
And all she has to do is...
You just kept talking, but it's a long walk to get to... Even for us, it took us forever to get to our car.
She throws on the backpack and carries her bag. My bag was not heavy at all. It was just a pair of shorts, a shirt, and some shoes. No big deal. I was nice enough to get to the venue early to help her create content. I thought, I scratch your back, you scratch
what
mine.
Are you doing? What are you saying?
But he didn't. I asked him to get there earlier, and he was like,
didn't?
no, I'm not going to come that early.
No, she asked me to get there at 1 o'clock, and I was like,
That would be early.
I don't need to be there till 4, so I'll get there about 2:30. That's good. That's a good compromise, in my opinion. And she was like, why can't you get there at 1? How about 1:45? I'm like, well, no, I'll get there an hour and a half early. That's pretty good.
Did you say, though, that you will not do work for her unless she takes your stuff back?
Yeah.
Yeah, God. Okay. Well.
Yeah. I was like, hey, you don't want to help me? I won't help you.
No, but that's sort of your job.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of. But it's her job to be a good friend.
I was wearing heels. I had to walk 4 blocks with both of my
It's her
bags.
job to be a good friend?
Yeah.
He's just saying things now.
So what happened?
She took the bag.
Of course she did. She's nice.
Would you have gone out, though, at all if you didn't have his bag?
No, I wouldn't have gone out, but I just was mad because I felt like I had to do it to be able to get somebody to do their job.
That's right.
Welcome to my world.
It's really the lesser people have to take care of the stars. Like, you know what I mean? Like in a situation when you're not as high on the totem pole, you have to kind of be like, okay, you know, the star needs something, I'll help him.
And he loves that totem
So
pole.
what if I would have been going out and I was like, Lunchbox, I need to take all this crap back to my room?
Well, if I was going back to the hotel,
That's totem
I would
pole.
have had to do it. But if
No, you wouldn't have. That's so dumb. No, you wouldn't have.
You know what I'd have done?
And I would have never done that, and no, you wouldn't
You know what
have.
I'd have done?
There's no totem pole.
I would have said, hey, Morgan, Bobby's going out.
passed it down the pole?
Yeah, go down the pole.
I mean, Amy or Eddie or Bobby, nobody asked me to take their stuff. It was just you.
You know what I did?
Because they
I
were
carried all my stuff back to the room, and then we went to eat after that. We went to
'Cause they-
Velvet Taco.
Yeah, they were going back to the hotel.
No,
I
we
wasn't-
weren't. We actually wanted to go right to get Velvet Taco, but we had a bunch of stuff. And so instead of having somebody take it for us, we took it ourselves, dropped it off, went back down, and then went and ate at Velvet Taco.
Oh, what
Imagine
a
that.
concept.
Oh,
Wow.
man. Well, I was going straight to the bar, so. I mean, people weren't going to wait for me to go to the hotel, then meet them at the bar. Bar closes, man. We got to get
Yeah,
there.
so does Velvet Taco, probably before the bar closes.
I don't know.
Anyway, doesn't
Thank you,
matter.
Morgan. I sent a thank you text.
Did he?
Did you?
Yeah, I said thanks. Appreciate it.
Brothers Osborne was a surprise guest. Ain't My Fault, Jam, they played this. The whole clap part was awesome.
Yeah.
How we feeling there?
Blame my raisin on my name, blame my name on my raisin, blame my lack of knowing better on public education, blame smoke on the fire, blame fire on the smoke, blame the fire on a bouncer that couldn't take a joke.
And then Lunchbox came on the show today and said they were having money problems
Yep.
because they flew Southwest back.
Right. And they weren't talking to each other, so probably mad about the money.
One put headphones on and didn't say anything. What time was your flight?
9:30.
It was early. So you had to get there at 8:30, had to leave the hotel at 8
Yep.
after being out all night. Yeah,
Wow.
you know.
What a life.
I completely get that they're probably tired and just sleepy. Kane Brown, Bury Me in Georgia. It was an awesome festival. Next year when we do it again, I hope you guys come. Highlight, Amy, do you have anything?
Oh, well, I have the entire festival on my phone and my sister's phone because my son went, and anybody that had a phone, he wanted to borrow it to record everything he was seeing.
Oh, you should watch it all back then.
If you need a recap,
Screening at Amy's house at
I've
the whole
got
festival.
it. So that's my favorite part is just my family being able to be there.
Eddie?
Caitlin Brown coming out with Kane. That was awesome. Like, we've talked about her doing that, but we got to see that. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Lunchbox?
I'd just say Morgan taking my bag back is probably
Nice.
my highlight. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
oh my
that really
God.
made my night and made it special.
Your wife didn't go.
No.
So did you go hard?
Yeah.
Did you get really drunk?
Yeah, I went up Friday night and Saturday night. Met up with the boys.
Oh, yeah, his high school boys.
Did you get really drunk?
I
Yeah.
ran into them.
Yeah, we ran into. Did we? Oh yeah. They said that you ran into them.
Yeah, up top, I had to go do this thing for Mattress Firm where I had to like go through the crowd and end up in these chairs. And all of a sudden, I'm at the top trying to go down, and I see these like 5 boys walk by, and I'm like, oh, there's Lunchbox's high school buddies.
The crew.
It was great, man.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Do you still do shots or do you drink? No, I saw Eddie holding a Cosmopolitan that Lunchbox had.
That's what he ordered.
You grabbed it to show that he's not Mr. Shot guy.
Correct.
No, we didn't do shots. That we were at a fancy bar, and the boss was like, "Here, do you want a drink?" And that was on their fancy bar, their fancy list. And I was like, "I
They
guess
have
I'll
a
take."
fancy list?
Yeah, and that's when you're like, "Oh, I guess I got to drink a fancy drink." So
You have
that's
a
what I
penne
got.
taco while you're eating your
No, they didn't have.
With a
Yeah,
Cosmo.
Tim-
the
Tempeh.
Cosmo? Yeah. I think Lunchbox starting to play a character more and more.
No,
I
hey,
do shots.
Then we went to $7 afterwards, and we hang out and drank, and man, it was good. Had some tacos there. It was delicious.
No more Cosmos?
No, they didn't have Cosmos at that bar.
Would you got one though?
Nah.
No, of course
was-
not. That's
I don't even know what's in a Cosmo. I just saw it on the
I didn't even
fancy.
remember it actually. Yeah.
I mean,
It was an amazing time. Everybody that came, thank you. I thought Jordan Davis's set was awesome. Where Jordan and I are like pretty close friends, but I never get to see him perform because it's here. We're just usually hanging out, and it's the first time I've got to see him like play full band, the whole thing. And I was like, dang, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Who knew? When he got off stage, I walked with him over back to his room, and I was like, who knew you got so good? And he was like, yeah, dude, thanks for coming to my shows. Here's Jordan Davis, Buy Dirt.
Buy dirt, find the one you can't live without. Get a ring, let your knee hit the ground. Do what you love, but call it work. And throw a little money in the plate.
And he's sneaky, has a bunch of number ones. It's just one after the other after. You're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Great show. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Or if you went to the theater and watched it, that was super cool, too. Or if you want to come to Amy's and watch it, she has it all on her phone. We'll have a screening over there later. spent 2 hours yesterday evening watching the softball World Series announcement show, the tournament.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm a
2
huge
hours?
college softball fan because I'm very tied in. I watch all 2 hours too. I watch all the analysis. We watched after the Music Fest on Saturday night. Went back to the hotel for a little bit before we went out to eat, and we watched the end of the Pac-12 championship game. It was Utah and UCLA, and my brother-in-law coaches at Utah, the Utah softball team, and they won, and nobody expected them. It was awesome, and so we were so pumped up about that. So we're waiting to see Arkansas. They're hosting a regional. Wanted to see where they ended up. Obviously Oklahoma, because that's like Patty Gasso is like my aunt-in-law. We're close to them, and she's like the greatest college softball coach of all time. She's the Nick Saban or is Nick Saban the Patty Gasso? Because she has 6 national championships. It's crazy. She's
Pretty
like,
awesome.
yeah. I think she's a little mad at me though because I still root for Arkansas overall over everybody.
But that's your team. She should know that.
Yeah, but she's like, there's a difference in team and family.
Yeah.
So, but I do. I've never rooted for Oklahoma at anything. But I do. I root for OU softball, and they're really the most dominant team, period. And then Utah got in, and they're hosting a regional. And DJ Gasso, her son, my brother-in-law, like, I'm dialed in. I'm like guessing where they're getting seated. I'm arguing with Caitlin's mom. I don't know. I think Clemson's going to get it.
That's funny.
And so that's what we did for 2 hours last night. It was a lot of fun. And so we're trying to plan our schedule to see where we can get to when we can get there. And if they all get to Oklahoma City, because we'll go to the college softball World Series in Oklahoma City. We'll go. Went last year, watched Oklahoma win it. Went down to the press. It was awesome. It's just I just have to have my tiers of who I got to pull for in what order. And I just know I'm a Razorback as hard as I could possibly be.
Yeah, like if one of those teams has to play the Razorbacks.
It doesn't. I mean, it wouldn't matter if like the Pope played on a team with John Mayer and Adam Duritz from the County Crows and Garth Brooks played third base. I'd still root for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to.
That's your team, man.
I know, and that's a good team. That Pope, John Mayer, Garth Brooks.
Yeah,
they've
team.
been really ranked high. They've done well all season. We spent 2 hours watching that, but did that and crashed out. I just been on the road for like 6 days or so I come in pretty tired, and I'm like my head's down, like kind of daubing my head a little bit, just looking for something to entertain me. And then Amy says, "Let me tell this story on the air about eating elk poop."
Elk poop.
And I don't know if I wasn't exhausted if I wouldn't jump. But I said, Amy, you can tell the story about eating elk poop.
Well, your reaction is making me think now that I've been played in a way.
Oh, I don't know that's true. I've never, ever, and I hunted my entire life up until my early 20s.
Right.
So,
okay.
But I've never heard of eating the poop of an animal to find them.
Right. So my sister and her husband, they live in Colorado. They have their TV show, Building Roots. This is one of the guys, he works on the show with them, and they're really good friends, but he's also an avid hunter in Colorado. Like even done shows about that, like on Hunting Network or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. So they're all in town and we all go to dinner, and somehow it comes up that you eat elk poop, for example, and then depending on the taste, or you learn what to look for, texture, I don't know, texture, how far the elk is, or when they were there. Like at what point were they there?
I'm sorry to do this to you, Mike. Can you Google that?
I feel like you can just touch it, and if it's warm, they were just there.
I don't know.
I think that's only distance. Huh. But what if you know that they enjoy Fruit Loops and there's a gas station to the right?
Right.
And that's the closest place.
True.
So then you'd want to go to the right.
Wow, okay.
I've never heard of lots of urine. We would put urine on our boots to hide our scent, but never. We wouldn't even drink the urine.
Did you ever drink the blood from the first kill?
What?
No.
Oh man.
Oh.
No,
that's serious.
But that's just
you?
weird.
We did.
But that didn't help you do anything. That just made you feel like a caveman or barbaric of some sort.
It was like one of my dad's friends, like, oh man, first kill, you got to drink the blood. What? Okay.
That's like you got to pull your pants down if you hit it past the ladies' tee. Nobody actually does that in golf.
That's funny.
It's just something you say.
Yeah.
Pull your pants down, what?
The thing is, if your drive doesn't go past the ladies' tee box,
which is usually like 20 yards away.
Yeah, you're supposed to pull down your pants all the way for the hole.
Okay.
And we've never done that.
No one's ever done that.
Well, I thought it was so legit, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And
It
I was
might
like, Bobby
be,
is a
though.
hunter.
It
I
might.
just, and then I was curious if you ever ate deer droppings
No.
or something.
And I've not been an avid hunter in years.
Maybe it's a Colorado thing.
I cannot believe it. Poop is so bad. to eat.
Yeah, because it's waste.
Yes.
It doesn't belong in
It's
your
not
body.
supposed to be in your body.
I know. Now I'm just feeling like
Mike, what do you see over there?
I
'Cause
got.
Nothing about eating it?
Did I get?
You think he was messing with you?
Now I'm starting to think.
Amy.
Oh my goodness.
And now he's probably like, and she told the story on the radio.
She fell for it. Got her.
Shoot. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get him to send me like a voice memo explaining it if it's for real.
Maybe, and I don't even know that this would ever happen, and I would never do it. Maybe they just taste it.
Right, that's
Like
No.
And then spit it out.
Not even, dude. Not
Mike-
even.
Are you checking like the firmness, the smell, the temperature?
yes,
Sure.
all of that with your hand.
Nothing about eating it. Yeah, with your hand.
I think he was making it seem like to me they do that with their mouth.
I don't know.
Have him send us a video of him doing it.
Gosh. Okay.
Prove it.
And a
All
lot of
right.
different animals. We're curious.
Okay. There now. There's going to be an update because
That is
I have
disgusting.
to figure out if he was just punking me.
Yeah, well, it's a funny term from 99.
How
Hey,
would you put it?
Ashton, good job. Let's play Morgan Wallen. Thought you should know. Bobby Bone Show.